Zoe? Yeah. Welcome into the first training camp practice report of 2025, brought to you by Safety Insurance. I'm Alex Barth, alongside Scott Zolak here above practice fields at Gillette Stadium. We're sponsored.
Holy cow, we're sponsored.
Safety Insurance.
Nice.
I know Zoe can't wait to talk some Patriots football, so we'll get right into it. First day of training camp in the books, and we'll get to Drake Maye. Obviously, he's a story. I actually want to start with the wide receivers today, Zoe. I thought it was a good day all around, and that starts with Stefon Diggs. He's cleared for practice, moving around well, caught Maye's first pass of the summer. I was impressed by what I saw from him today. Clearly still not 100%, but boy, is he far along for a guy 8 months off the ACL.
He looks great. He looks great. He continues to pick up right where we left off with all the off-season workouts, the videos we've seen, the mini camp stuff. He's just a different guy. We're watching the drills from up there. You're down closer. Yeah. He just moves differently, Alex. It's going to be fun. I just hope he stays healthy. I hope Josh is able to use him the way he did when he had other number one guys, whether it was Gronkowski, whether it was Edelman back in the day. Everything looks good. Everything looks good with him right now.
Something else I really liked from him, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to him after practice talking to the media, but a really measured approach. He was kind of asked about picking up the playbook. He said, I'm still studying, I'm still learning. I'm excited for the playbook, receivers had success, but I'm still learning. He was asked about just kind of rehabbing off the ACL, said, it's taking time. I'm putting the time in. I'm making the progress. His approach as a whole, he mentioned, don't ride the roller coaster, right? You got to trust the process. He trusts the process, all of that. It's a real 180 from last year when we had these receivers talking about, well, we're underrated as a group. We're one of the best groups in the league. Jalen Polk, I have the best hands in the league, right? And when you talk about what Diggs is going to bring, not just on the field but off, that felt like an example of his approach, a more patient, day-to-day approach, not looking for that home run right away. You hope that's something he's instilling, not just in the receivers, but everybody, but in these young receivers off the field.
He's a good interview, period. Yeah. I think he wants to give you a lot. I think he's being careful, like he's trying to pace himself too. I think he's excited to be here. I think he feels good, which makes him look good, talk good, all of it. Like it all comes with you. He's got that swagger, and that's going to be good for Drake. It really is. A guy in his year two, having a good guy that he can throw to. He's got a good rapport with Hunter Henry. And I just think, you're going to have to spread the ball in this offense. It's not going to be just one guy you're going to throw it to. And Josh won't let him do that. Josh will make him spread it out. And that's how you keep the defense balanced.
So that's something I liked from Drake Maye today. In the spring, it felt it was Hunter Henry, it was Pop Douglas, heavy volume. Those guys both had catches today, but no receiver had more than 2 catches. The only guys that had 2 were Diggs and Kyle Williams, who we'll get to. I think that's an encouraging sign for Drake Maye, that he's comfortable. That shows a comfort in the offense to me, that he's not just throwing to the same guys repeatedly, but he's really spreading the ball around.
Yeah, and that's going to be imperative for him too, to lower the turnovers. Like that's I'm not worried about that with Drake. I didn't see him make the second mistake over and over again. Like he corrected his mistakes. He would make different ones, but advancing his thing as he goes, that's all going to help him. And then incorporating the run, I think having a good third down back now with Henderson here, like that's gonna help him a ton. They didn't have that last year.
You mentioned not repeating the mistakes. He had his one iffy throw. He said after practice he'd like to have it back. He had Pop Douglas on a deep crosser in the first 11-on-11, underthrew it. Probably should have been
take your shots, man. You have to take some shots. Now's the time to make the mistakes.
And so he comes back in that next period. Hunter Henry with Robert Spillane right on him, up the seam, boom, on the back shoulder, perfect timing, perfect placement. You like that bounce back. Speaking of that back shoulder throw, Kyle Williams had 2 catches today. One where he gets the top of the route on a comeback, beats Christian Gonzalez in the hand fight, comes back, catches the ball. Again, no real volume for any of these receivers, but for what we saw, I thought Kyle Williams had a good first day.
You got to be able to pluck the football. That's one thing. He reminds me of Malcolm Mitchell a little bit, because Malcolm used to have the big white hands, the white gloves. And he would snag the ball like that. Malcolm would catch the ball wherever it was, at its peak, at its lowest point, anything. He had great hands, great hand-eye coordination.
And that's what works in the Josh McDaniels offense. You got to be a hands catcher.
Right. Absolutely.
You got to be a hands catcher. Do you see any Brandon Cooks in his game? Kyle Williams?
No.
I feel like there's a little bit of that smaller X-receiver.
To be fair, I haven't watched him close enough.
Okay. I just think that smaller X-receiver, that was kind of something that was speculated after the draft pick. Like, all right, well, he's not built like an X, but it seems like they want him to play the X. Deion's another one. I've heard the Deion comp for him, too. That's another good comp.
If it's a Deion comp, that's great.
I've heard that one as well.
Deion's a perfect X.
Anything else for you on the offense, more on Drake Maye?
The catch that was on the back shoulder there that he plucked, he would have been a sack because there was a blitz. I think 87 missed the block at the time. Phil Perry alerted me to that. I thought that was it. And you're going to have those run-throughs on defense. You're going to get the pads on Monday, but I think these next 4 days are just install a little bit, do your drills. It wasn't a big team-heavy period here to end the practice, so those will increase as it goes.
I will say the defense looks fast, and we'll see how that holds
Athletic.
up when the pads come on, but
Athletic.
they got quicker on defense in the offseason. That was a goal, and you saw it today. One more thing on the offense for me, Jared Wilson got some reps as the starting center, the rookie. We saw him rotate in. I think that's a real
kid from
competition.
Georgia, right?
Yeah. I think Georgia centers worked out well here in the past, right?
They like him, yes.
I think he has a real chance to start week one. That feels like a real competition to me. Everybody's talking about left guard. It was Cole Strange today pretty much the whole day. I'm not saying that's not a competition. I wouldn't be surprised if Strange is some competition at some point.
Yep.
I think Garrett Bradbury, Jared Wilson is a real back and forth.
It's interesting. It's interesting because I'm for picking 5 guys and rolling with them. I think if you keep substituting them, you don't get used to playing.
No, you
next
want
to
the
each other.
continuity.
Yeah, I want continuity. I think that's been a big problem here. Too many musical chairs at both the tackle and both guard positions.
Yeah.
All right.
But we might have a center battle coming. We'll have more on
Big
that.
center battle. Barth will be knocking that
You
one
know
out.
I'm all over center battle. Anything on the defense before we wrap it up?
I'm with you. They look athletic. They look athletic. I think it's good to have Tyrell Williams back. To have him actually out there instead of on Zoom, that'll do wonders for them. Yeah, hand to eye, hand to hand, being able to grab guys and coach them.
Having him back, they got Kyle Duggar back.
Yep.
He was limited all spring. Marcus Epps, another safety, was limited all spring. He's back. But those guys, again, will come into the picture more. When the pads come on in a few days, we'll have plenty more to get to. Before that, Zoe and I will be back with you each day after training camp.
Every day?
Every day.
Jeez.
Well, I don't think you're here on the weekends.
Yeah, you won't see me.
I'll have somebody else on the weekends. I'll miss you, Zoe, but I'll be here every day. Zoe will be here every weekday to recap these practices, go over what we saw, and, of course, myself, Matt Dolph. We have plenty more coming on 98.5thesportshub.com and more coverage on the Sports Hub YouTube channel. So, Zoe, we'll get back to it tomorrow.
Sounds good, man.
Until then, for Scott Zolak, I'm Alex Barth. Thanks for tuning in again. We'll be back tomorrow with Patriots Training Camp Practice Report brought to you by Safety Insurance.
Good job, buddy.